Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 18 of Gracefall Greener Pastures. Why is my head being cut off? It's like we've never done this before. Hi.
It's been a while.
What happened last time in Gracefall? Have you never joined us before, perhaps? Here's going to be a great overview for you, the viewer at home. Gracefall is a campaign which originated on the moon of Wyan Yoth, a ecumenopolis. I'm getting better. An entire city, a steampunk Victorian city that launched explorers down to the mineral and resource-rich planet below. Our adventurers, Clangley, Wynne, Claire, and Lady Issabel, have explored this planet. They found such things as a dinosaur made of moss, an iridescent... Not a friend. An iridescent danger glade.
Not a friend.
A lightning raccoon and her 4 babies.
Friend.
3 babies. Friend.
All friend.
Big time friend.
Ice beaver.
Also friend.
Several hot springs, and these kind of iron mask doom monkeys.
One of the hot springs was not a friend.
There was a hot spring that was briefly an enemy. Let's see. Turns out all the humans are werewolves.
Potential friend. We're waiting to see on that one.
It's mixed.
Do I have full plate? I don't remember.
You have whatever it says on your sheet.
Yes. Let's see. Gracefall.
Chainmail. Got it.
So, the last we saw our folks, they had set up a brand new camp and listed a couple things they were going to do. It has been 3 weeks since then. So that means orchards have been planted, experiments have continued, the camp is solidified and solid, it is much more permanent, and work has begun in gathering the resources, blueprints, materials, and construction has begun on both a water hydro generator and a geothermal generator. That one is more complicated, but is hopefully going to yield some very, very good results as you all are on top of hot springs and hopefully a very rich geothermal area. So, let's see. Orchard, shelter, the workshop. So joining our heroes are the following NPCs here with them. Bits, who is a trash engineer. Emerald, a gunslinger. Matilda, the quartermaster. Queen Zapzaps, the lightning raccoon. Frostbite's kind of in and out. And the doom monkeys are nearby. So, can I have... I'll go around. Can everyone reintroduce their characters, and we'll kind of go through what you all have been doing in these past 3 weeks. So, Dan, you're first.
Well, Clangley in these past 3 weeks has been doing a lot of, little repairs, and he's been, helping to organize things and building things, and a lot of work related to that. Generally speaking, Clangley seems to be in rather high spirits, as he always is. He's a very optimistic person. He's this rather large gray robot. You can tell on the exterior, quite old looking. And There isn't really any other automaton that looks quite like Clangley. He's modified himself to hell and back. He's got like a top hat for a steam vent. He's got the logo of Automated Workers United, or AWU for short, on his chest with a little wrench. It's a wrench crossed with something. I drew it a wrench and a screwdriver. Okay, I drew it a long time ago. And you notice that there's like this smaller, little top-hatted kind of round creature, automaton flying around him. And Clangley says he made this out of basically discarded parts from himself. So it's kind of like his little son in a way. Well, not really, but you know. And it kind of looks like this.
I love him.
Perfect.
You're seeing that.
You have a good son.
So shaped.
He's shaped like a friend.
Very shaped.
Mhm.
And this little flying top hat robot has kind of it's got a little thing that extends and is kind of like a little blowtorch type deal, except instead of being fire, it's like pure magical energies. And this actually has a residuum core, basically, just like a Warforged. And you think that he must have fashioned something from the iridescent danger light into this little robotic assistant. Yeah, it is flying around, and Clangley calls it the I'll name it later, whatever.
Aww.
Can I propose something?
Yes.
Can it collapse so it looks like a normal top hat that sits on top of your top hat?
Yes. That is now what it is. That is now what it is. The top hat is both a containment. It's like part of it, but it's also like a container for it.
We heard you like hats.
Yes. You push the little button, and the propeller pops out, and then the rest of the robot pops out. It's perfect. And you know what? I'm gonna name him Hattie.
Hattie? Okay.
Yeah, Hattie. Or Hatter or something.
Hat view.
Okay, yeah, no, that one's good. That one's better. It's Hathew now. Hathew.
It could be Hattie for short, for Hathew.
Hathew. Short for Hathew.
Yeah, exactly. Short for Hathew.
Alright, that's the new Discord status.
Okay.
It has evasion. That's cool.
Hathew has joined the list of NPCs. And then the other was you are a full level 6 artificer now, right?
Yes, I'm a level 6 armor artificer.
Perfect.
Which means I am built for direct combat, but wizards didn't give me the shield spell.
That came up last episode. As I was rewatching.
I have it.
Yep.
Yeah.
The person who sits in the back
Artillerists to get it
with the turret. Liz, can you reintroduce Wynne and talk about what you've been doing?
Hello. So Wynne, the resident druid, has, I guess, basically been overseeing all the stuff with the orchard and putting out farming and making sure the surrounding area doesn't get too devastated by what's going on with all our farming and planting and all that. She's drawing up sort of different rotations for the fields, and she's scouting out different seeds to use to make sure that soil doesn't get ruined or anything, or there's no overgrowth with invasive species or all that stuff. And then she's also keeping the peace between all the different animal compatriots we've been making over the past few months.
There is some tension. There's some rivalry. Between Frostbite and Queen Zap Zaps, especially.
I suddenly recall a baby, I think, hermit bear?
Oh, that's correct. No, it was the armadillo lion, the armadillion.
Oh, yeah, roly poly.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That should be on the NPCs list.
An important thing that we should not forget.
No.
Yes.
30 episodes later. You forgot to feed me. Now I'm evil.
No.
Somehow I didn't starve because you forgot to feed me, but now I'm evil and can talk.
Wah, wah, wah. I have a mustache. Have you taught Roly Poly any tricks in the
I would
downtime?
think basic commands. So sit, stay, keep that out of your mouth.
Drop it. Drop it.
Drop
it. Can I get an animal handling check, please? With advantage, because you've been doing this for a long time.
I can teach a fire spirit how to be a cute hedgehog. I can teach a lion armadillo how to sit. Pretty good. So... 18 plus 3.
Nice. Okay, yeah. Roly Poly is learning quite well. Perfect.
You learn how to do math again.
You don't play every week. It goes away a lot faster than you think it would.
What's math?
You tricked me into doing math.
No.
You told me this was a
dragons
game.
in
This is
this?
just numbers.
You son of a bitch.
And reading! No!
Wait a minute. I think I learned something.
What do you mean I now know how to pronounce prestidigitation?
Is it sigil or sigil?
Depends. Are we talking about the symbol or the city?
This stupid game. I used to know. And now this stupid game makes me second guess myself every time. Mira, can you tell us about Claire, please?
Sure. So Claire is this, like, barely 5 foot construct. And like many other people of the Graceball expedition, she is a Warforged. But unlike all of the other Warforged, she is a custom model that is designed to look like an automaton, kind of a la 1800s, that style, made of this like bronze, highly magically conductive metal structure that is covered almost entirely in porcelain that is carved with magical runes that power her, essentially. And what is notable about Claire that nobody else in the party knows is that her essence, her being, was essentially Control-C, Control-V from a necromancer who copied her soul and put it into this construct, and then fucked off to who knows where at this point. So this poor construct who woke up 3 years ago on the moon of Wyan Yoth with no creator and no sense of identity somehow got roped into a Warforged union and sent down to the planet to help.
Sorry about that.
Scout everything out. And instead of maybe going to therapy, is instead hyper-fixating on her experiments with residuum and its very interesting effects on organic material, especially dead organic material. And that is what she has been doing these past couple of weeks, is continuing her various experiments. She also, in previous episodes, dropped a new terrifying state of consciousness known as Cork. Oh, what does it stand for? I forgot what
that meme that's like, hey, man-made horrors beyond our comprehension. That's every episode with Claire.
I can comprehend these just fine. Seems like a skill issue.
Cork is collective organic residuum construct.
That's right. If these man-made horrors are incomprehensible to you, I can comprehend them now.
It's amazing. Claire hyperfixates instead of going to therapy. She's the first robot to ever have ADHD. It's like marvel of technology.
Yeah. That's essentially because she was not programmed. She was kind of programmed, just in a way that is absolutely terrifying. And also, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is lycanthropy a curse?
Yes.
Interesting. Because I've got a couple of level 3 spell slots. And I can take the remove curse spell.
Can you?
Yeah, that's a level 3 abjuration.
Wizards can remove curse? Okay.
Yeah, it says at your touch, all curses affecting one creature or object end. If the object is a cursed magic item, its curse remains, but the spell breaks its owner's attunement to the object, so it can't be removed or gets discarded. And that's all it says.
Yeah.
I think you also need a diamond.
Nope.
No.
Just says components, visuals, somatic.
Yeah, it doesn't have any material components. That's crazy. Okay.
Well, guess what you're doing for the next few weeks?
Everybody line up.
So, it's like, alright, y'all are paid a visit to the doctor's office. Here we go. Yeah, she's also kind of become like the de facto nurse of the camp, as one of the only magic users with any resemblance of medical training, which is funny because it's incredibly bastardized medical training. So also on top of her Daedric Glade experiments, she has also been kind of as a side hustle investigating this lycanthropy, and I guess she's figured it out. So remove curse spell, everybody, let's go.
Okay. And you took, and I'm gonna double back because I forgot to ask Wynne this as well. But you took another level. So you're a level 6 wizard, Mira.
Oh yes, Claire is a level 6 wizard.
Claire's a level 6 wizard. And Wynne, did you take another level in druid? You're a level 6 druid.
Yes, I did.
Okay, perfect. There's Hathew.
Beautiful. Hathew. Also, I do forgot to mention that Claire also has a familiar. It was mentioned in the first couple episodes, but they are summoned with the Find Familiar spell, and it is I believe, crow named Stones.
Oh.
That sounds familiar. Yes, a raven.
Ah, raven. Okay,
raven.
Perfect. A raven named Stones, because you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Also, yeah, that's remove curse, and that's crazy good. Mm-hmm. I was thinking Greater Restoration needs a diamond.
Yeah. But man, remove curse. I didn't know wizards got remove curse. I thought that was druids and clerics. That's
yeah, I can bestow curse and I can remove them.
I don't have remove curse as a 3rd level spell.
It might also depend on the type of wizard.
That's true. Okay. And Jay, can you tell us about Issa?
Issa. Issabel Patina Valence Bronzeworthy. Is a goblin from the Forgotten Realms that is a dwarven noble. She was adopted. That was trying to get back to... What was it? I have it here in my notes. To Keldentown. Mm-hmm. To fulfill a promise and ended up on the moon of Wyan Yoth instead, where she literally fell onto them trying to learn how to build rocket engines. And she's a ballistics expert. So she kind of fell onto the perfect problem for her to solve and ended up working for the Greene Company that way, instead of trying to deal with the also existential dread of, oh no, how do I get home? Also, she has a really cool robot arm that's a gun. And Paulette. Let's not forget Paulette.
And Paulette, your turret.
My turret.
Now, you are the only character who has multi-classed, so what did you take your 6th level in?
I am a level 3 artificer and a level 3 wizard.
Perfect.
Need them 2 more wizard levels, give me my fireball back.
Yes. Okay.
Also imagine she's been really busy, like, trusting bits to make things that work, but also saying, like, no. You have to file the edges off this piece of sheet metal. We can't leave it sharp. I know. Also, Wynne was complaining about the fumes from that generator over there. We need to do something about that. It can't just burst out.
Yeah, it's air pollution. You're gonna cause a lot more problems that farther down the line with getting your kids getting asthma and all that.
Do we have any charcoal? We could probably rig together a filter.
To quote Bob Belcher, Bit says, "Fine, but I'm gonna complain about it the whole time."
Allowed.
Okay. Bit starts dutifully listening to his chief engineer. You all do have 2 humans with you, 2 of the werewolves. So, Claire, would you have used Remove Curse on Emerald and Matilda?
Claire would have spent the past couple of weeks essentially like watching them, charting their like reactions to the moon cycles, and then if they do have a transformation while we're out here, essentially kind of just like sitting and poking and prodding them all night, just out of reach of their claws, because probably going to chain them up again. And then one day, out of nowhere, she comes up on behind them, like whoever lets her get closest, and like touches one on the back, and then because it's just an action and it's just touch.
Emerald's like at the shooting range they've built. It's just like, what? Like,
you're welcome, and then skitters away. Like to like hunch behind like a small hill and take notes about the reaction.
Emerald like is just like, I don't understand what has happened, but in a week you'll see if it worked. I'll have to figure out what.
And like I wait until the next reaction happens. Like I remove the curse on one of them and I don't remove it on the other.
Oh my god!
Aw, poor Maddie.
Okay, noted. Let me write that down. Okay, so Emerald is remove cursed.
You need a control.
Oh my god.
You be glad Issabel has absolutely no idea what you're doing right now, because, ooh boy.
Oh my god.
But what if it didn't work on one of them? I didn't want to give anybody false hope, or it could like, I don't know, a lot of things have blown up for me.
Okay.
I don't want to hear about causing explosions.
Emerald's removed cursed. Matilda's a werewolf still.
Are you at least going to tell us that we shouldn't chain them next to each other next time?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I would think we would be chaining them next to each other anyway, because then they can conspire.
Oh, that's true. We only have so many huts we can put them in.
Because it was like, they definitely had some, like, cult ideologies the last time we talked to them, and it was concerning. Maybe don't let them talk to each other.
I don't know, it's just something about an evil forgotten god and some ancient pact. It's the worst that could happen.
No big deal.
Tuesday, am I right? Okay. Can I get perception checks from everyone, please?
Probably
No,
not.
notoriously good at those. That's a 6.
That's an 11. I miss being able to just say, can I have perception checks? Yes!
15.
Say it again.
15.
15. And Clangley. Nope. Okay.
We have one character that uses their wisdom stat.
Oh wait, I have a buddy. Can I roll for my buddy?
Does it have a perception score? Then yeah.
Yes, it is a creature. Matthew gets a. Sorry, I gotta pull up his stats. Okay. Matthew gets a 16, actually.
Oh, dang.
Oh.
Matthew's very perceptive.
Turns out when you're 90% eyeball.
It's true.
Okay. So, okay. So both Matthew and Wynne notice one day, tending to the orchard, Matthew's kind of floating around the perimeter, perhaps. Wynne's taking some notes. Wynne's taking some notes and, checking her family book that is full of just absolute nonsense. Oh, whoa. Thank you, Marty.
Dang.
Yep.
We love you, Marty.
Wow, thanks, bud.
Aaron, I see you lurking there.
Gary's in chat. Where are my Garys? There they are. Oh, that's right. It is September. I forgot about that.
Ah, yeah. Subby.
Okay, so with that, with those scores, you see this ripple in the air. It's like this kind of slight shimmer. It's almost like a heat shimmer.
Wynne will cautiously pick up a stick and poke at it.
Is it a long stick at least?
Yeah, it's a good solid, 2 feet.
Oh, only 2 feet. Okay.
That's pretty long for a gnome. That's
Yeah.
as tall as she is.
Yeah.
A little antenna pops out of Matthew and sends out a signal, and in a bit, Clangley gets over there. He seems to have been in the middle of something, because he's currently holding a severed robot leg. I came as quickly as I could.
Okay. The stick just goes through the shimmer as if it's like a gateway or a portal.
Oh, good.
We're going to the Footloose Dread Realm, guys. Let's go.
It is almost spooky month.
Not the worst Dread Realms I think we've come up with. We've come up with a lot.
Oops, all ghosts. Newsies.
I guess Wynne will get Spicy, who's probably been just under a tree sleeping, to call over Claire and Issa.
Okay. You two are summoned by the adorable fire spirit hedgehog as Clangley walks over from the signal from Hathew as well. So the four of you are near this heat shimmer portal.
Claire, before being summoned by Spicy, was like sorting and mapping out a pile of bones that you guys have no idea where it came from.
We've learned not to ask.
Exactly.
I think we established Wynne might have given her some of those bones
Absolutely.
in the past.
There is a black market bone trade happening in New Spice City and all its branches.
Clangley's trying very hard to ignore it. He's trying so hard.
What Clangley does not see cannot hurt him. But Claire will toddle over.
Okay.
I feel like at this point, Issabel is like weekly inspecting Claire's facilities. We've had one mishap. We don't need more.
Okay, but you all approach this heat shimmer that has a stick half in it.
Interesting. Hand in.
Hand in?
Yes.
God.
Someone was gonna
grab
have
her?
to do it eventually.
Yeah, and I grab her and pull her back before that happens.
You can certainly try. Claire's not very strong.
And also not very dexterous, so the parts of being a wizard. I'll make a roll for that. Roll for toddler impulses. That is a 6 on the die, so whatever ability check I'm using for it.
For toddler impulses would probably be wisdom.
16.
But for any kind of strength,
15 strength.
yeah, for strength or nerd fight, robot arm grab, pull back.
Makes an excellent noise against the porcelain.
I just have my homunculus give a little mess around. Since if Hathew dies, I can just make a new one.
Hathew too. The Hatning.
Well, I mean, I like to imagine this is like the second or third Hathew already. Like the memories kind of like it's kind of like he don't worry, Clangley keeps a backup, but it is very much like Hathew gets destroyed almost as often as Clangley does.
You have rebuilt yourself a lot on this stream.
Twice at least.
Okay, do you want to send Hathew through or just poke it?
Poke it.
Okay. And Claire, right before you touched it, and you were close, and then you got pulled away. You would have felt like it's so cold, and yet when Hathew kind of gets close to it, can relay to you that it's like it's cold inside. Like his core is cold.
With the outstretched hand that is still trying to stick it in, even though he's
Miss Claire, am I going to have to put you on a leash?
Claire's gonna cast Detect Magic.
The roles are reversed. Okay, yeah, Detect Magic. Let me Google a thing. Yes, it is Conjuration Magic.
Conjuration Magic. Huh. No, I gotta Google a thing. So Google is the PHP. I'm not very familiar with conjuration magic, as I specialize in the magic of death.
Yeah. So if you would like to make an Arcana check, you can.
Absolutely, I would. Oh, wait, no, this dice is going to be in dice jail for a little while. I need to actually roll well on this. Yeah, there we go. Arcana, that is 24.
Okay. Conjuration magic is often associated with, I was about to say transmuting things, but that's transmutation. Summoning, most often conjuration. But also things like teleportation spells, plane shifting, perhaps. And then, yeah, like summoning either creatures or like creating things whole cloth. So like fog cloud or grease or, you know, hail of thorns, like creating kind of plants and weather features is often a conjuration spell.
I think.
Do I get the sense? Yeah. Do I get the sense that this is some kind of teleportation spell?
If Claire, I'm sorry, if Wynne poked the stick through it, and kind of thing, like, yeah, you think this might be like a teleporting or a portal of some kind, yes.
So Claire is going to say, it's a door. And then she is going to Misty Step out of Issa's grasp, but she's not going to teleport to the door. She's going to teleport past it. So in the sense of, like, trying to figure out, like, what happens when these two conjuration magics collide.
Ooh.
And nothing bad has ever happened from that before.
Yeah.
This is in the name of science.
That excuse has never been used for anything bad before.
There's a certain irony into leaving someone's prosthetic arm empty, holding you back from a bad idea.
Okay.
I feel like you guys forget how Claire came to be.
I also feel like in the time we've spent building this camp, Claire has forgotten any and all lessons about laboratory safety.
Did Claire ever have any lessons on laboratory safety?
Issabel was trying, damn it.
She's a glorified grave robber.
But a fascinating one with potential.
Pardon me.
What if she doesn't get herself killed?
Okay. So Misty Step. So Issa, you're left holding a cloud basically as this sort of purple mist appears, and kind of bamfing in a nightcrawler cloud, appearing 30 feet away in the. So you kind of want to like cut through it basically, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You all see a cloud, but no Claire reappear. Because Claire, you are now on the other side of the shimmer, and you can, still kind of see it behind you. But in front of you is, you ever see Hellboy 1? Like the original Hellboy? Okay.
Yeah?
So at the beginning of Hellboy 1, there's a bunch of Nazi scientists.
Tell us about the Rasputin cave.
And they are trying to summon a demon from hell. Anyway, there's a bunch of weird science machines. So you're in what looks... It's a circle on the ground. And surrounding you are a bunch of machines that don't make sense to you. They sort of are non-Euclidean. There's lightning everywhere. And you can see these floating creatures with a bunch of bug limbs kind of pulling at levers, and they have on their heads, like basically gas masks, like these big bubble helmets that are all opaque with a bunch of tubes hanging from them. And they kind of twist to look at you. Do you speak deep?
I do not.
They start screaming in a language you don't understand.
Pass.
How long does Misty Step last?
Claire went through the portal. So I think you all can probably see the back of Claire through the shimmer.
Finally, we'll relent and follow Claire in and be like, "You just went in the portal."
We'll stick her
Is it
arm
rude to
out and
lightning lure your friends?
till like one finger gesture everybody in.
All right, come on, half you.
Okay. Not get out. I got you. Okay.
Or the plot demands.
Clangley walks in.
Claire's like full on, I need help reacting to something.
I need an adult. Oh, and by the way, Claire, your soul feels cold. It's not going to be as much of a shock as for Clangley walking through the gate, since you kind of pierced it untraditionally. You kind of went from the center of your core out. You just feel cold inside. But Clangley, it's like the Ice Bucket Challenge times a million. Timely reference. Your soul is just like, as soon as you step through, your core just feels frigid. Like you just, if you could have goosebumps, you would. Your goosebumps would have goosebumps. And Hathu kind of floats behind you. Like, no, like tries to like hide behind you a little bit.
Big X pops up on the eye.
Okay. Issa Wynne.
Blue screens.
Yep.
Oh dear.
Like very angry, stamping Grump through this portal.
Wynne.
I guess she follows her party. Okay.
I mean, Issabel is very clearly going to just like grab Claire and try to walk her back.
I mean, Claire will be dragged. She has no idea how to react to this.
Okay. So
I
dragged
thought
back
we were
out.
here to discover new worlds. Is that not what this is?
Whatever that is on the other side, that was screeching in my mind and freezing my soul, I do not want to know what that world is. Some questions are better left unanswered.
Since if I cast Speak with Animals, would they be able to understand?
No, you don't think so.
Okay.
Did I prepare? No, I did not prepare comprehend languages.
Where's a warlock when we need one?
Yeah, Wynne will just like go through, apologize profusely, and sort of grab Clangley and like sort of try to bring him back too.
Well, I don't want to be here either. You don't have to force me. It's a very unusual place. I don't quite like this.
So pull back out. So the shimmer.
Reminds.
Oh, go ahead. So on the other side, y'all can see like Bits is like staring at you from the camp. Like as soon as he comes back out though, like pretends to start working again, like. But like, what the hell? You won't walk back out of the shimmer. One of the Eldritch astronauts floats through and kind of cocks its head at all of you and inside your minds asks, "Who are you? What are you doing here?"
No. You do not get to act like we are the weird ones here. You are on our side of the portal. You are the weird one here. What are you doing here?
Fair question.
Kind of looks around and says, "We have not been here in 1,000 years. The planet has changed much. What have you done to it?"
Very little, actually.
We just got here as well. We're just setting up camps and exploring.
It asks a word that, like, it says a sentence that, like, doesn't quite make sense to you. But, like, basically, roughly, because it's still speaking in its mind deep. And it's being translated through telepathy. But it basically asks the question, why have you ruined this planet with beauty?
Oh, I do not like you.
What do you mean? I'm glad you like it.
Okay, where are you from? Who are you working for? We have a lot of questions.
Counting for taste.
It says, I am an explorer from the plane of Zyvan. That's XY.
What is a Zyvan?
Spell that in common for me.
XYVAN.
And what was the planet like 1,000 years ago, Mr. Mix, Miss?
It kind of, yeah, it does not understand naming conventions. It's just like, I'm one of the Eldritch astronauts. I don't know what more. We're a Zyvanian. They're like one unit basically. So it says
Her name is LD.
I was going to say xylophone.
Xylophone. Yeah. It basically attributes to itself a number, for lack of a better. It's like I am one of 4. You know, to Borg it up a little bit, but you can call me Quarter. You asked what it was like when it was here last. It says beautiful, but it's like this most discordant, like, because it said a second ago, you have ruined it with beauty. So its idea of beauty does not compute with you. It says, the plains were barren. The Titans held so much sway and power. It was awesome in like the biblical sense. It begat awe.
Oh, the Titans are kind of gone.
Very dead, as I have been led to understand.
Yeah, they're not around. So everything just kind of chilled out once they were gone.
We know what killed the Titans, or what got rid of the Titans, or did they just decide to leave?
As long as we don't forget them.
Always remember the Titans. No, the current pantheon of Gracefall killed the Titans. So Evangeline, Palarch, Dakul, and then all the other ones.
Yeah, we're not going to mention that part to the guy.
And then one Titan survived and is part of your current pantheon. Other than that, all the Titans are corpses floating in the sky, basically. It's a bigger problem for Shattered Kingdoms every other Wednesday.
Neat.
Well, my god doesn't exist here, so I don't care.
My god didn't kill your god. I really don't care about this. It says the Titans are gone. But what
In all practical terms, yes.
What if the Titan spawn seeded?
The what now seated?
The Titan spawn. We left Titan spawn. Surely. They have grown into powerful beings.
You speak as though this is the most normal thing in the world. I have never heard of a Titan spawn. Sounds very scary.
It kind of looks at you and it's like...
sounds like a pile of something I'd rather not think about.
Yeah, it kind of looks at all of you and it's like, I know this is hard to understand. You only have 4 appendages.
I can put on more if I need to, but
I can take one off if it would help.
You don't have an unknowable amount of appendages. I know that's intimidating. Oh, there's one.
Yep, there's one.
We have an unknowable amount of players.
A while.
Yeah, that wasn't...
That wasn't so bad.
Ow. Do I not? Ow. That doesn't mute? What did I do? Unmute.
Soup might actually be able to help with that if you want to get it actually working, because the way we stream, you would get it running through Discord, I think.
Oh, really?
You can do with voice mod, which I don't know if you have to pay for voice mod yet. I know they're moving to a subscription service. I don't know if they are yet.
I'll have to remember to ask CC about that next week. The astronaut has an unknowable amount of appendages. Do you? It seems confused.
And we'll ask, do you have maybe a map or a name to all these Titan spawn? Like, maybe if we knew on the map, we'll, like, show up her map and be like, where these things might be, we can maybe figure out what you're talking about.
He says, or it says, interesting. You still record your spaces physically and not spiritually. For lack, that one's like slightly lack of a better term. It's like record with your soul, kind of. It says, we simply know where they are because we know where they are. Have you opened your mind to them?
I never bother memorizing anything I can look up easily.
You try to open... Yeah. No
one makes their first jump.
Yeah, this thing is... You...
What do I roll to open my mind?
You, like, focus and, like, open your mind and, like... you do reach this, like, zen place for a second, and then you're just kind of like, this thing is so full of shit. Like, what is it talking about? I can't just open my mind and know where a thing is.
To figure out what it knows, would I be able to roll something? Would I be able to roll maybe Arcana?
Sure, yeah.
That is a 18.
Yeah. It's like,
The unknown.
like, I'm trying to think of, like, because it's not like you can't figure it out. You're just kind of like, almost like, this thing is such bullshit. Like, you're not better than us, like, kind of thing. Like, it kind of keeps playing in the back of your head. You're not better than us.
Being esoteric doesn't mean you're smart.
Right. Being mysterious isn't cool. I mean, it is, but it's not helpful.
But it doesn't mean you're, smarter, better,
Right.
faster, stronger.
So yeah, you think if it could just show you where one of these things is, maybe then you would be able to know what to look for, kind of stuff. It kind of very reluctantly says, in this meat space, I will show you where we must go.
Please refrain from using the term meat space, sir. Thank you.
It does this very complicated tentacle gesture that you think is maybe like an apology.
It's a miracle that I can understand this as much as I can, because it is quite literally incomprehensible.
You're telepathic. You can literally use your words. Do it.
Oh. I understand. It babbles something back to the other astronauts. They, you can see the shimmer, like, kind of lock in place almost. Like, it gets actually a little bit bigger and you can kind of see through it now. And they continue to pull a bunch of levers and do, like, they continue their experiment.
I am curious how that's working, but we'll put a pin in that and do it later.
This thing floats, and again is just kind of shocked at how quote unquote ugly everything is. It's like looking at the trees and it's like, ew. It like looks at an apple and it's like, this is disgusting. Why would you eat
rude?
this?
What is the point of all of those limbs if you do not use them? Ooh, look, I have unknowable limbs, but I'm too good to walk.
You worked very hard to pick those apples, okay? Like, just saying.
It kind of like, it's like, oh, if you think there is value in picking these apples, then its thought kind of trails off. Like, it doesn't have anything nice to say, so it won't.
It's so condescending.
Some individuals require sustenance, and they use the apples for it.
It floats for a bit. Again,
Whatever you do not let Cork near this thing.
I'm also unknowable.
No.
No.
Cork is tethered back at camp. I don't think we should let this thing get you.
It leads you to the iridescent danger glade that Claire has not told anybody about.
Wait, did I not tell anybody about that?
I thought you didn't. Maybe you did, but I thought you said you were either slow to or reluctant to.
I mean, I don't think it occurs to Claire to actually tell anyone. I may be retconning this, I don't know. But there's no way that people don't notice her, like, traipsing off, because she's not, like, making any effort to hide it either. So she's just, like, just starts traipsing off one day, and we look where she's going. She's like, oh, are you coming with me? Like, where are we going? Danger Glade? What?
We have a what?
Danger Glade 2.
Too danger, too glade.
Too danger, too glade. Cruise control. Yeah, so it looks at the danger glade and it says, yes. It is no longer here, but deep in the earth is a Titan spawn. One
Titan
can still
spawn.
sense it. Yes.
Would you say
Can I
they're,
arcana that?
Sure.
Magic Google, do Titans lay eggs?
Magic Google, how do Titan eggs taste?
Big
Can they be
omelets.
poached? Can they be fried?
Big iridescent danger omelets.
Dirty 20 for Arcana.
Okay. Okay. So the creation myth, or not the creation myth, the kind of savior myth of your planet is that the Pantheon led a bunch of heroes in what is called the Gracefall and elevated the best of those heroes to saints in your Pantheon, the lesser gods. They defeated the Titans. And the Titans kind of float around in space. Their parts are bad. They have warping effects on reality. So you all don't know this, but like part of them becomes like a moon for a different planet. Another one becomes a planet, like because they just sort of warp space-time magic around them. If this thing is saying that like bits of Titans are here, or the children of Titans are here, it could explain why Residuum acts oddly on this planet. It could also be kind of in the way that, dinosaur bones are made to make oil. That's how it works. How, kind of oil is produced from ancient stuff here. That back on Wyan Yoth, that Titan parts also made Wyan Yothan residuum, and that because it's been untainted here for so long, that's why it works different. But perhaps that's an explanation for these danger glades, is that they're the result of some sort of Titan spawn, Titan parts. I know how oil works. That's the important thing.
Yes, it's absolutely dinosaur bones and not ancient phytoplankton that was trapped underneath the Earth's crust.
I'm pretty sure what I said was that.
Yep.
And yet a trace of the true self exists in the false self. And it's not like Claire would know anything about death warping reality. So...
Bless you.
Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, she will relay this to everybody else, because now she's kind of beginning to pick up on the fact that people might want to know this. Just slightly. But I guess she'll kind of indicate, and as, like, best concept she can, to the Eldritch astronaut. It's like Titan spawn deep in the ground.
It, once again, very condescendingly is like, you can't feel it in your soul.
Can I feel it in my soul?
No! This thing is so full of shit.
I'm going to shoot one of your unknowable limbs on principle at this rate.
No, but you focus so hard, and yet, no, it's just like, no, I think you're selling some sort of MLM crystal bullshit. Like, I don't think this is real. I can't believe in a higher power, and all of a sudden, my Thetans are cleaned.
Just a second. Have we tried to detect magic on this guy?
Claire did earlier through the
I did detect magic on the portal.
Yeah, and
I can detect magic on this guy.
Yeah, you didn't sense he's not magical in any way, or it's not magical in any way now.
Yeah.
Okay, so this condescension pisses Claire off. Can she,
as it should,
telepathically overwhelm their connection, like their telepathic connection, with like the fear of death and decay and change and everything you know disappearing and becoming insignificant one day?
You can certainly try. Can I get an intelligence? Can I get a spell attack? So
our lovely existential dread factory to introduce the idea of entropy to this unknowable entity.
Let's go! 16.
Okay. Kind of one by one, you can feel the connection in your minds cut out, and it kind of shirks away from you.
I do the magical telepathic equivalent of like starting at someone.
Oh.
It kind of stumbles backwards, which is hard because it's floating. But it starts to kind of back up and quickly turns to float away.
Oh, did the unknowable entity get a little frightened?
Wynne will just go, oh, okay, goodbye.
Kind of thinks, I do know something and you guys are jerks.
Exactly.
If you can't take it,
that
don't
thing
dish
is a
it
jerk,
out.
but I actually kind of want to know how their portal works, so...
I also don't want it running amok.
Also that.
I'm the only one that gets to run amok here.
We will have words on that statement later. There are more important pressing matters to attend to.
Okay. So you all follow the astronaut back to its the Shimmer portal. It has calmed down a little bit, and it kind of sulks by the portal. It connects to your minds again and says, there may be other expeditions checking on the planet after our time away. Not that we... Like, he conveys that they never lived here. But it is like they're explorers. They're kind of updating their files. Can I get just straight intelligence or wisdom checks from you all? Whichever one's better.
I know this dice is rolling like hot garbage. 11.
11, okay.
10.
10.
13.
13.
16.
Say it again, sorry, Wynne.
16.
16, okay. Wynne, you remember when you talked to... I think you talked to the trees, like way back when in one of the episodes. You communicated with the plants. You do remember some of the ancient plants kind of communicating that you all weren't the first visitors here? That nothing has ever, like, no person has ever lived here, but you all weren't the first visitors, so perhaps these are the creatures that the trees were referring to.
Wynne will say, well, the trees remember you.
Kind of is confused because it looks around and it says, when we were here last, they were but burnt sticks, basically, like, and it kind of like remembers fondly like the desiccated tree husks that were here.
Yeah, they've had to glow up a little bit since then. So, how, like, are you guys gonna come back soon? Should we, like, prepare, like a welcome party, or?
They say, it says, that it perhaps would return soon, but the Titan spawn has altered the planet in such a way, and the events of history have altered the planet in such a way that they're kind of less interested in it now. That doesn't mean that other groups won't come out through other portals to check on other parts of the planet, see what it's like. But it says that it doubts that this coven will come back.
Are the other groups going to contain the unknowable amount of asshole that you guys do? Because if I can get this portal thing going from someone else that's not a jerk like you are...
It kind of conveys that actually this creature is really nice and you're the one being mean. And it doesn't understand why it doesn't get a partner because it's so nice.
I'm sure everyone else is super happy that when you'll be back, they aren't absolutely adoring the fact that you're gone right now, not sassing them and making their lives more difficult. Your friends aren't talking terrible things about you behind your back. Don't worry.
They aren't.
We have to do this.
They would never.
No.
Why are we antagonizing this creature?
Remember,
Started it.
everything ends.
I mean, how often do you get to mean girl an unknowable bug person?
I don't know if there's like a polar opposite of Mean Girls, but like that it is Clangley, if it exists. Like there's a straight line. Mean Girl is on one end, and Clangley is on the other. Like the movie Mean Girls, to be clear.
Issa, do you want to follow and try and figure out how this thing works, or are you like, you guys suck so much?
She's going to really scribble down as many notes from this side of the portal as she can as to what she can see about this device, the sigil on the floor, and how it's all working.
Okay, yeah, give me an Arcana check.
That's 12. I rolled a 7.
Okay. It's difficult, kind of seeing from this side. But the thing you do notice is there is no, like, sigil sequence. It is... It's like using... For lack of a better term, it isn't magic, it's science. They are somehow ripping a portal through the fabric of reality because you think this is like connected to basically the far realm. And that's what you get with a 12.
Okay. Bye, horrible time.
Kind of fades and it says, "Be unknowable." And the shimmer kind of coalesces back into normal space. But you will notice like one blade of grass has turned into like an iridescent danger grass.
Pick that up with my prosthetic and hold it out for Claire.
Into the test tube. Also, before the astronaut left, Claire left it with essentially just a repeating gif of like a decaying like rodent.
Ew. It is almost reassured by that. In a weird way.
And like a pointing arrow saying you.
Oh, it doesn't like that part. No, I'm unknowable. I don't end. I am unending and unknowable.
And all of your friends really truly value your companionship.
That's what they tell me.
Of course, and they wouldn't lie.
Just psychological assault on all axes.
If an unknowable creature wants to show up and be an asshole, we can do it too.
Don't take it if you can't dish it out, or don't dish it out if you can't take it. I've been saying that wrong.
Don't throw punches if you can't take a hit.
There you go.
I admire your dedication to try and horrify this horrifying creature, is all I'm going to say.
Listen, Claire is horror beyond comprehension. That's what she radiates. Nobody is immune.
Issabel's just used to petty noble bullshit and has no tolerance for it.
Anyways, what are we doing now?
Arcana check, iridescent danger blade grass.
Inspiration. Okay. Arcana check. Yep. Yes, you got inspiration for that, and then if you'd like to make an Arcana check, you can.
I'm going to use that inspiration for that Arcana check.
Perfect.
Oh, I have
maybe not the best time to use it, but I feel like Claire's inspired now. Oh boy, did I need it! I rolled a natural 1 and a 12, so that'd be a 19.
Okay, with the 19, okay. So comparing the two, it is like, I mean, yeah. So comparing the two, it is like when you put stuff into the Danger Glade and like the new stuff, it's like that. It's like this portal, this connection to the far realm. It kind of jump-started the Danger Gladification of that single piece of grass. It's unclear. Well, with a 19, you probably know that you don't think like the area has a Titan spawn nearby or under it. You think that that Titans are probably from the Far Realm themselves. So like just that connection to the Far Realm was just enough to ossify this into residuum for.
So yeah, encountering eldritch bullshit from the Far Realm equals Danger Glade.
Yes, is a way to kind of shortcut to residuum. Yes.
Gotcha.
Good use of the word ossify, by the way.
Thank you.
$5 vocab word right there.
Claire's gonna put like the Danger Blade grass in like a little like jar, and then just like tie it in a chain around her neck.
In case of grass emergencies.
That sounds like a stoner bon mot.
Yep.
Okay.
In case I have a little emergency. I'm sorry, I don't know where that joke was going, which I'm realizing now kind of makes me look like a stoner.
It's just funny because Claire and stoners have completely opposite vibes.
I don't know. You kind of have like some Timothy Leary vibes, like just weird experiments. Okay. So, the shimmer fades. You all can continue your work. Cork doesn't seem to have noticed what happened. Bits is like keeps like eyeing you all. Like, is no one gonna talk? Like, kind of like, is no one gonna talk about it? But like, doesn't ask anyone. But is kind of like,
Nothing happened. What's there to talk about?
We'll get there. I am upset. Shooting range.
Emerald's at the shooting range. Emerald looks at you when you come up, Issa, and like clearly they want to ask you a question, but then they kind of shake it off and just keep shooting. They're getting a lot better on the draw. That was their problem before. They actually have holsters, or they had holsters before, but they weren't. There was a whole panic element before that led them to not shoot the hot springs elemental mimic.
I remember their gun was in their bag, and Issabel screamed, "Do you not have a holster?" "I do, I'm not good with it."
So, much better now. Whatcha? not just kind of for the aesthetic anymore. They can actually gunsling.
Almost like if you're going to carry a firearm, you should know how to use it, and that's just responsible.
Fine.
You are improving, though.
Thank you. Okay.
Finish getting the bullet holes out of your leg, by the way. Probably unrelated to what's going on over there.
I think Wynne, when she gets a downtime, will search through her family's book about Titan spawn.
Okay, yeah. Roll a D100.
Okay.
Wynne's family book of potentially useful bullshit.
Yeah. 28.
Okay. Flipping through, you find no, like, official, like, properly printed in the book things on Titan spawn. But in the occasional there's occasional, like, extra notes written in, like, cramped red ink. You find some mention of, like occasionally scrawled throughout the book to seemingly unrelated segments. It'll like circle something, kind of point an arrow to it and be like, Titans live, ? Like, Titans not defeated by Evangeline conspiracy, ? Like, will the Titans be reborn? What is Skolas, who is the for lack of a better term, like, reformed Titan? It's a big snake god that Evangeline took a Titan and basically, like, rebirthed the Titan to be Skolas. So she's like the snake god of duality, fertility, and portals.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and like retribution, or not retribution, like rebirth and kind of like redemption and stuff like that. But and portals, the portals part is important, because it's weird. But yeah, so there's like not specific mention of Titan spawn, but like kind of occasional Titan conspiracies written into the passages, especially if they concern any of the gods.
Are you related to a Titan truther?
Talk to your parents about misinformation on Titans.
And as stated earlier, always remember the Titans.
After this encounter with the Eldritch Astronaut, Claire is going to, like, surreptitiously make off with a bunch of, like, land survey equipment and just, like, totter off to the Danger Glade and start setting up, like, essentially she's looking for Titan viscera.
Okay.
Like, she is looking for the Titan spawn. And trying to see if, like, buried somewhere deep beneath, like, how deep, how far to get to this Titan spawn.
Okay.
So using, like, detect magic and, like, land survey equipment, she's gonna try to figure out exactly where this Titan spawn is within the crest of Wyan Yoth.
Walk up to the edge of the Danger Glade, throw a shovel in, see you in a month, walk back.
Wynne might help with that, but she might wait till tomorrow, because I foolishly decided, was like, nah, I don't need attack spells this episode, and I didn't take Erupting Earth. So, it's a blessing and a curse, being able to get all your spells at once.
Imagine taking non-attack spells.
I know.
Okay. So Claire will start to survey and perhaps get some aid from Wynne in the morning, who can shape the earth. Okay. Let me think. Anything anyone else wants to do at the end of this episode that we will pick up next time?
Clangley would like to now I would like to know what Clangley knows about the Titans from his own studies as well. Should I roll Arcana or History for that?
You can roll religion.
I don't have religion.
You can roll history.
No. Wait, did I have inspiration? Oh, it says I do have inspiration.
I think you do. I think everybody does. Sure. Oh, that's.
You have several. It says here on my sheet I have 3.
Yeah, we started stacking inspiration towards the end of before our break. Let's see, where am I?
I think I just had 1, but I got a 17 plus 7. That's 24 for knowledge for remembering the Titans.
Okay. And always remember the Titans. Okay.
Remember the what?
Don't worry, it'll come back to you.
Okay.
So the Titans, the Titanomachy was the pantheon before the Gracefall. The Titans were unknowable, indescribable, and they didn't have anyone's best interests at heart. They were chaotic and malign, or at best neutral and self-serving, but their wants are far beyond humanoid comprehension. The Titans lorded magic over the young world of Wyan Yoth, teaching it only to their most devout followers, who ruled the wastes of the moon as warlock tyrants. They were overthrown by Evangeline, Palarch, and Dakul, who were 3 angels, and the armies of mortals. The greatest mortals were elevated to sainthood. So there were 5. There were 5 Titans. Their names were Stargala, Focalis, Gossut. I can also put these in.
I would appreciate
chat.
Please,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
much faster than me trying to go. Okay, how do I spell
Yeah,
that?
hold on. I'll put them in Twitch chat for the folks at home. And let me just open up Discord here. Here we go. So let me think. So let me reference the Shattered Kingdoms for a second.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, here we go. And actually, I realized I'll have to update this later, but sending some more information now that I will still read to the stream. Okay. So Stargala is the smallest but most bloodthirsty Titans. It was a horrible mass of tentacles covered in unblinking eyes and protruding claws. Its corpse is it's unknown where its corpse ended up to you all. Focalis, it was reborn as Skolas, who is the snake goddess of duality, fertility, portals, rebirth, and redemption. Gossut, the one-eyed, is a giant horrible face, an unending maw of gnashing teeth, who ever hungered for whatever it could force down its horrible gullet. It lost an eye, which eventually became a different planet in the sphere. Arvlok was a massive prismatic pyramid being, which was shattered by the gods, and Dakul used it to create another planet in the sphere. And then Jygok is a horrible trickster who can best be described as part spider, part crocodile, part ape. It's the only one that's sort of like conventionally knowable. So that's what you know about the Titans, and you know that again they were defeated, and their horrible reign of Titan terror was ended. Are there any specific like questions that like I can answer about that you would, because you would know a lot of this stuff, like it is common history that is taught that there was a holy war. No? Okay, cool. So we will pick up next time, episode 19, holes, in 2 weeks, picking up from here. Outros and plugs. Dan.
Hi, I am Dan. I'm going to plug drinking water, washing your hands, and practicing good health things. Going to bed on time, talking to your friends. Remember to take care of your mental and physical health. It's rough.
And it's true.
You gotta,
Liz.
Hey, I'm Liz. I will plug playing games with your friends. It's super fun. You get to learn all weird and wacky lore that they made up in their heads.
Yeah. I love lore.
I also love lore. Mira.
Hi, I'm Mira. You can follow me on Instagram, I guess. I don't post anything in there anymore except on my story. Working on a whole bunch of short films and cool projects, and also playing D&D with my friends, which is, God, just the best use of my time. Collaborative storytelling in this form. God, it's so good. It's so good. Love it. If you have the chance to do it with your friends, absolutely do it. It's fantastic.
And Jay.
Hi, I'm Jay. I'm going to plug being an asshole to an unknowable entity just because it thinks it's better than you.
Yeah. As always, I'll echo what everybody said. Play games with your friends. I love Dungeons & Dragons and role-playing games. And if you've never tried DMing before, give it a try. I know some people will pretend like it's super hard. I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's not as hard as you might think it is. And you get to make up funny words like Jygok or Skolas, the serpent god of portals.
Okay, Aaron, that is fantastic. You have an unknowable number of limbs. I have a knowable number of digits. Here's one.
D&D's super fun. It's weird. Be weird. That's it. Next week, Shattered Kingdoms is off because Timothy can't make it. So join Marty, Soup, and I as we talk about ideas. Where did they come from for characters?
Where did they go?
So, onto a character sheet, maybe. Or into a giant Google document that lists 75 different characters.
That you'll never have enough campaigns to play in, but you can't stop making more children.
I mean, why would you say that? I mean, that's so rude.
Right? Just
One of
call
them
out
is Cotton
everyone
Eye
who can
Joe.
probably hear this right now.
One of them is Cotton Eye Joe, just to fully bring Jay's joke back around.
Thank you.
That's it. Also, vote soon. That's coming up. Have a good night, everybody.
Not for Greg Abbott.
No, or Dr. Oz. But we've never been
Why?
political in this show. Don't do that.
Never.
Have a good night, and I won't be silenced. Once again, I would like everyone to know that what I'm doing is okay.